A murder scheme exposed from behind bars. That's what Clay County officials say they've been able to do. Now, those same officials are shedding more light into how they did it. Plus, they're revealing a troubling trend that links this case to others. News 10's Rondrell Moore has followed this case all week. Rondrell, the bust really came down to codes?
That's right, Mark. When you were a kid, you may remember using code words to keep your parents from knowing if you were doing something, especially if it was bad. Well, keep that same idea in mind. Apparently, inmates are reverting to childhood tactics, but jailers are on to their schemes. By now, you're probably pretty familiar with these two, Dale and Barbara Murphy. He's accused of child molestation. They're both accused of conspiracy to kill the alleged victim. All while he was in jail, meetings in this room. They got wind of it through an informant. They got evidence through their calls. Now, you might think that's odd. We certainly did. Why would they talk so freely about murder on a phone in jail, especially when this message plays whenever he makes a call?
This call may be recorded or monitored.
Well, it turns out they weren't talking that freely.
They were, alluding to it, using, different terms for that. Once we got the informant in place, that kind of tied everything together. We learned basically how their code worked.
Code language inside these walls with constant surveillance and cameras everywhere. It's a pretty common practice, inmates trying to beat the system.
Some of these well-organized criminal organizations will have their own alphabet that they'll use, their own way of speaking, not pig Latin, but something akin to that, that they can speak that they'll understand easily.
Here's the thing, not every case has an informant. So with 100 plus inmates, countless conversations, and a will to cheat, the jailers have to stay diligent, looking for the right red flag.
If you and I are sitting here having this conversation and all of a sudden I say for no reason Gulf of Mexico, that's going to be a key that, okay, this doesn't fit in with the rest of the conversations. Hey, they're probably talking about something other than what they're trying to make it appear they're talking about.
Now, Clay County Justice System wanted us to know that they are not listening in on every single conversation that happens in the jail. They investigate suspicious inmates and incidents only.